While you sleep, this person is awake, reliving moments that should be forgotten, looking at your photos, remembering the laughter, the deep conversations, and the connection that he himself decided to break. Every time he picks up the phone, it's like taking a trip back in time, but he never sends anything. He just watches, and the longing devours him. You know this because you felt it when he distanced himself. The energy changed, didn't it? The aura you shared dissolved and left a chill in the air. You're not imagining it. He decided to punish you, but in this twisted game, the one who suffers the most is him. He said he needed distance, but that distance didn't bring him freedom. It only brought loneliness. He feels that you were the axis of his life, the person who brought colors and laughter. And now he tries to convince himself that everything is fine, but it's not. He is hiding behind a facade of indifference, while inside, the storm rages. There is an internal conflict. He lies to himself, saying that he doesn't care, but every time he touches something that reminds him of you, his heart aches. He has thought about looking for you, sending you a message, a simple, "Hi, how are you?" But shame and pride hold him back like chains. He said he needed space, but this freedom turned into a prison. What was supposed to be a punishment for you became an even harsher punishment for him. And deep down, he holds onto the hope that you might still feel something for him. Meanwhile, you are there, trying to move on, but still thinking about him. You wonder if he thinks about you too, and the answer is yes. While he distracts himself with other things, he still compares each new person to you. No one even comes close to what you had. He knows you were unique, and that torments him. He goes to parties, tries to have fun, but even in the middle of the crowd, the emptiness is overwhelming. He observes other people's smiles, but his is fake. And when he finally gets home in the silence, he's confronted with the pain he tried to bury. It's at this moment he feels the absence of the person he himself pushed away and how much he misses them. He remembers the details, the tone of their laughter, the little things that made him happy. He is afraid every day, afraid that you have forgotten him or found someone capable of doing what he could not. This fear eats away at him. One day he wakes up determined to look for you, but when he sees what he wrote, he deletes it. He can't handle the idea of rejection, and this becomes a vicious cycle where anguish and pride feed off each other. The truth is, he feels like an idiot. He distances himself but comes back. He tells himself he wants space, but he can't handle the idea that you might be living your life without him. He gets lost in memories and possibilities, but they don't change reality. And meanwhile, there you are, feeling that no one compares. And you keep living, but with a part of you stuck in uncertainty. You find yourself wondering if he still thinks about you like you think about him. The answer is clear: yes, he thinks about you, but what does that change? The two of you are stuck in this cycle of detachment and unrequited desire. And even though you want to believe he is indifferent, what you feel is the opposite. Your lives have become a waiting game. He waits for you to seek him out. You wait for him to gather the courage. And time keeps passing while you cling to ideals that don't materialize. The longing accumulates between you like an invisible barrier, and each time one of you hesitates to take a step forward, this barrier becomes harder to break through. And deep down, the truth is that you already knew this game that you all get into. And in the meantime, life goes on. But what about the connection you had? It doesn't disappear because the separation was forced. True feelings don't fade so easily, regardless of unspoken words and unsent messages, and this is a pain that neither of you can ignore. The tense silence between you is unbearable, yet a simple message could change everything. But both of you remain still, waiting for each other's courage, and life keeps passing by. This person is in solitude, and that solitude hurts more than he would like to admit. While you sleep, he is awake, reliving every moment you spent together. He feels the pain of emptiness, an echo of what used to be a me and you. He thought that punishing you with silence would make you suffer, but the one who really got trapped was him. He said he needed space. He lied. What he really needs is a way to deal with the intensity that you brought into his life. He distanced himself, but his heart couldn't move on. He tries to distract himself with other things, but no one comes close to what you represented. And you know this, because you felt it when he started to distance himself. You noticed the messages decreasing, the tone of his voice changing. The silence that was once comforting turned into pain. You are not imagining it. The truth is that he misses you more than he would like to acknowledge, even if he doesn't have the courage to admit it. He is lost. entangled in his own fears. The brutal truth is that he knows he was wrong to let you go. He knows that you deserved more. He can't understand how he let the incredible connection you had slip through his fingers. Someone like you, who saw in him what no one else did. But here he is, hiding from his own truth. Meanwhile, you continue living your life. You are reinventing yourself, making new memories, but he watches everything from afar, feeling like an intruder into your happiness. This is the cruel reality. You try to move on, but what happened between you still weighs heavy. He spends nights thinking about you. While sifting through the photos, he feels a mix of longing and regret. He imagines explaining to you that it was all a mistake, that fear is what made him pull away. But the word sorry gets lost in his throat because it's insufficient to fix what broke. And you knew this already. You are not blind to the pain that still exists between the two of you. He is trapped in a prison of his own making. Each passing day, he wonders if he's losing a chance to bring you both back to that joy, but he doesn't take the risk. The cycle of waiting and pain continues, and there is nothing you can do about it. The true punishment was for him. And as life goes on, he remains stagnant, fighting against the truth that is screaming to be heard. And you, despite everything, know that this truth is the only thing that still resonates. The connection you had is not found every day, but here we are, trapped in memories, waiting for courage to appear. This person has spent the last few days hiding behind his own loneliness. While you thought you were suffocating from his silence, in reality, it was he who drowned. He is fighting against a void he created himself. The punishment he prepared for you turned into a prison. And now, even free, he misses the cell where you once lived. He saw each of your messages as a cry for help and chose to ignore them. But now what he feels is a corrosive regret, a pain he never expected to feel. He thought that by pulling away, you would succumb to his absence, but it was he who went mad in your silence. This person is trapped in an endless cycle of memories and regrets, and you know this because in moments of silence you feel it too. You feel his absence suffocating you, recognizing that what he did was a cruel form of punishment. You felt it when he decided to walk away, when all the warmth of your connection turned into a cutting cold. You're not imagining it. It's real. The brutal truth is that he didn't walk away because he wanted to. What he truly feels is a love that scares him. He said he wasn't ready, but inside he feels like a coward. What he hides is that you made him feel alive in a way no one else did. He is afraid to open his heart and expose himself to you, and that paralyzes him. His contradiction is painful. He needs you, but he refuses to take the necessary step to have you back. Meanwhile, you are here, waiting for a sign, thinking that maybe next time he will send a message. But the truth is he is lost, distracting himself with other things, trying to fill the void you left. He looks at his phone, but sends nothing. His pride is like a chain that holds him back, and he can't break free. You've already noticed that things have changed, time has passed, and his life has become a dull repetition. Between parties and forced laughter, he can only remember what he lost. Sitting alone, he touches the unsent messages, the words stifled by his own insecurity. And with each passing day, he knows that the chance for you two to reunite diminishes. He has compared you to everyone who has crossed his path since he walked away. No one even comes close. He doesn't find in anyone else the connection he had with you. There is no one else who understands his nuances, his flaws. You saw him in his entirety, and that terrifies him. While he tries to move on, you, on the other hand, are stuck in your own thoughts, reflecting on what happened. You have wanted to confront him, to ask what changed, what happened to everything you both built. But you know he wouldn't have an answer that made sense. What he truly desires is to be with you, but the fear of not being enough prevents him from taking that step. Meanwhile, you keep waiting, continuing to wonder if he still thinks about you. And yes, he does. Every detail, every laugh you shared, all of it is still fresh in his mind. He has already found himself imagining what it would be like if you were there with him now, but reality comes back and drags him down. He misses you, and it consumes him. He has judged himself countless times for letting you slip away. The nights go by, and silence is the only company he has, filled with regret and insecurity. You know this. You feel it. The truth is, he hasn't done anything to change this situation, and that hurts. He wants a way back, but pride doesn't allow him to swallow his pride. If he were to say he misses you, it would be like admitting he was wrong. And deep down, he knows you already knew that. The truth is heavy. No one wants to accept that they prevented themselves from experiencing something true and genuine. The expectation between you two continues, a vicious cycle where he will blame himself more and more for each day that passes without anything happening. He is paralyzed, wishing, but unable to act. And you, even knowing this, still wait, with the hope that one day his courage will resurface. But time is relentless. And the chance you had to build something deep is vanishing into the mist of uncertainty. And you already knew that. This person is struggling in their own solitude. They thought that their silence would make you feel their absence deeply, but the truth is that the one suffering is actually them. While you sleep, this person stays awake, counting the hours, diving into thoughts they can't control. The emptiness they created around themselves became a prison, and now, even free to do whatever they want, they miss that cell where you used to be. They said they needed time, but that was just a mask. What they really wanted was not to have to deal with their own feelings. They lied to themselves and to you. While they claimed to be strong, in reality, they were fragile and lost. They distanced themselves, imagining that you would fall apart, but it was they who shattered in the absence. You know this because the messages stopped, but the thoughts didn't. Every notification on their phone makes their heart race, hoping it's you. They are surrounded by friends, but the conversation never goes beyond the superficial. They see themselves at parties laughing, but deep down, all they feel is weariness. You felt when things changed, didn't you? It was like an exposed cut, increasing the pain day by day. You are not imagining things when you notice they are not well. This person hides that emptiness behind smiles that aren't genuine. They try to act as if they're living normally, but you know they aren't the same. The messages they never sent remain on the tip of their tongue, echoing in the silence they themselves created. They are afraid to expose themselves to show how bad they truly feel. What does this person really feel? The truth is, somewhere deep down in their chest, they feel a tightness they can't explain. They wish you were with them, but the idea of opening up again terrifies them. They would like to be the man you deserve, but behind the facade, they see themselves as insufficient. What prevents them from acting is this fear that grows every day. Meanwhile, you go on with your life, wondering if you should have been firmer, if you should have shouted more for him to feel your worth. You keep waiting, even knowing that time is not an ally. The clock ticks on, but you both remain absent. You tried everything, but the truth is that you can't force someone to feel something they can't confront. This silence between you two becomes increasingly deafening. He sinks into memories and tries to move forward, but every time someone mentions your name, all he can think about is you. His life has become a sequence of memories that refuse to go away, and in the end you already know this. No matter how hard he tries, this person cannot forget what you two had, and now you wonder what will happen next. You both know the answer, but pretend not to see it. He is caught in his own trap, while you wonder if there is a way back. The truth is, as he hesitates, life continues. The chance for the two of you to meet again is slipping away, and you both know that without action, everything will remain the same. This person is trapped in a cycle of loneliness and regret. While you sleep, he finds himself reliving the moments he shared with you, with a weight on his conscience that doesn't leave his mind. He thought his silence would make you suffer, that it would hurt you as he was hurting, but in fact, he is the one feeling the most intense pain in the void he created. He said he needed space, but deep down he knows what he really needed was a push to face his own fears. He didn't want to open his heart, and instead decided to distance himself, believing that way you would forget him. Big mistake. You saw all the signs, didn't you? The way he avoided deeper conversations, how he remained silent when he could have spoken. You noticed that. You knew. Meanwhile, this person looks for distractions. He goes out, mingles with friends, seeks laughter and parties, but no matter how far he goes, the lack of you is devastating. He tries to make up for the absence, but the truth is that even in moments of fun, the memory of you is there, nagging at his conscience, making him feel guilty for not being true. You noticed he was more distant, and that every time he tried to numb himself, the thought of you haunted him. You knew he was confused. He said everything was fine, but his eyes betrayed his despair. He misses the conversations, the way you laugh, the touch that once felt so natural. He is lost in a sea of nighttime thoughts. When the darkness brings forth the truth, you were the only one who truly mattered. But he refuses to admit it, preferring to hide behind pride and fear. This person feels guilty. He knows he left you without answers. He also knows he should have fought for you, but he let insecurity speak louder. Now he can only see himself lost, imagining what it would have been like if he had made the right move. Meanwhile, you continue there, with the expectation of a return that never comes, waiting for a message, a sign, anything. The truth is, even without communication, your presence continues to echo in his life. He will look for other people, but none compare to you. Each interaction becomes another reminder of what he could have had. He tries not to think about you, but at every corner, in every song, you are present. What should be a moment of rest turns into a desperate reminder. He tried to fool himself, but you never left his mind, not for a second. He feels like he's being punished, and ironically, doesn't know how to escape the prison he created himself. He distanced himself to spare you the pain, but now he is the one who can't handle the emptiness of your absence. And you know this because you understand the way he thinks. You're not imagining that he's suffering. You feel it when he searches for you in his thoughts. The brutal truth is, he loves you and doesn't know how to show it now. He had the chance and let it slip away. His self is in constant conflict, loves and fears, wants and retreats, and the chance to reconnect is slipping by quickly, while pride keeps him bound. Meanwhile, you continue living your life, but with a piece of him still attached to you. Time passes, and what should be a reunion becomes a possibility that is fading away. You know the connection was real, and he does too. Deep down you've always known, and he probably has too. But now here we are, stuck in the same place, waiting for something to happen, while the two of you push life away from each other. He moved away and somehow thought the punishment was his. But the truth is, by distancing himself, he was the one who got lost. And you already knew that. If this resonated with you, don't let this message die here. Subscribe to the channel, activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. And leave a like if you felt this truth in your chest. See you in the next one.